There's millions of Jeffreys all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Toys R Us. Whoa. Oh, not again. Oh, hang on. We've got a big field that I can actually turn in this time. The problem I just realised is people see a truck veer off into a field, right? They immediately get the wrong idea. They don't think, well, obviously that man's trying to do a turn in the road. They look at me doing this and they think I'm some kind of pervert. Maybe I should turn the lights off, just so that no one sees me. Fuck me. I mean, this is incredibly dangerous, but what is also dangerous is somebody calling the authorities saying a pervert is parking up. There's millions of Jeffreys all under one roof. Right, there's nothing coming quick. Truckers have got a very terrible reputation when it comes to stuff like that. I've had my name dragged through the mud many times, all innocently. I hasten to add. There was one instance in particular which was very, very embarrassing. Around this time, I had a pet dog called Smooch. I used to take him with me on journeys. Me and Smooch used to be a right team, ragtag pairing that we were. So yeah, me and Smooch were in the car, and we're in the truck, I should say. And we were talking to a mate of mine, and he was saying, have you, he's like, hey Barry, have you heard about this dogging site? I was like, no, dogging site? What are you talking about? I was like, there's this dogging site that's opened up nearby. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like massive open field for doggers. Now, at the time, I assumed that a dogging site was like a fucking dog park where you can take your dog to like run around and play with other dogs. Of course I know now that's not the fucking case one bit. So I said to him, oh that sounds alright. Whereabouts is that? And he was like, well, Jesus Barry, I didn't think that'd be your sort of thing. I was like, yeah, well, you know, for Smooch. I don't think he knew what the name of my dog was. So I don't know what was going through his head at that point. So he was like, well, each to their own, Barry, fair enough. And he told me where it was. He wrote it down on a map. I thought that would be great, because Smooch, he just spends the whole day sat next to me. The only air he gets is if I open the window a crack. You know, basically just, all he does is sit there and eats leftover Monster Munch. So I thought this would be a really nice treat for him. He said, my mate was like, you want to go, like, in the middle of the night? I was like, middle of the night? That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Won't be able to see anyone else. And he was like, well, that's how they do it. He was like, it's not really operating during the day. I was like, well, if that's the rules, that's the rules. So I followed the map, this big field. It's pitch black, I couldn't see anything in front of me. And I've got Smooch on a lead. So I take him off the lead, and he starts running off. And it's pitch black, so I can't fucking see him at all. So I start calling out to him. I'm like, Smooch, Smoochy baby. That's like a nickname that we had for him. Smoochies, Smoochies. I started calling out in the middle of the night. Suddenly I hear rustling. I hear another voice go, over here. I was like, oh, he must have my dog. So I go over to him, and of course, what do I see? Naked man with a fucking stonking erection looking at me. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? He was like, do you want to join me? I was like, no. I came here for dogging. And he was like, yeah, well that's what I'm here for. I was like, no, where's Smoochy? He's like, what? I was like, where's Smooch? He didn't know what I was talking about. All of a sudden, somewhere else in the field, I hear, roar, roar, roar. I hear someone go, Get this thing off me! Get this thing off! Oh, what the fuck is going on? I ran over to where the commotion is. Fucking fella there with Smoochy bloody humping his leg. I was like, you pervert, what are you doing? Get away from my dog. And he was like, well, why would you bring a dog to a dogging site? I was like, are you kidding, are you? What else are you meant to bring? And he was like, well, we think you got the wrong end of the stick, mate. Then all these other people, like, came out of the woodwork, all naked, men, women. They all just like appeared suddenly. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And they were like, dogging is like having like sex outdoors. I was like, well, why the fuck do they call it that? That's pretty confused. I said, you could see where the confusion's arisen. They were like, yeah, fair enough. You know, we had a laugh about it afterwards. It's quite a humorous little misunderstanding. But of course the boss got wind of it and he didn't find it anywhere near so interesting. Tried to explain to him, I was like, look, I took I took my smooch with me. He was like, I don't care what you call it, mate. Whatever you get up to in the privacy of your home is absolutely fine. But taking a fucking company truck for everyone to see is not on. He didn't understand, so I've just been more vigilant. You know, I never took Smooch with me again. He's still alive, actually. He's a very old dog now. Very old dog is Smooch. But he lives back home with the wife. Lovely old dog, Smooch.